Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
My name is Terry Lynch. I'm with Oregon Ufology. I found myself searching for a passageway one day. And that passageway leads right across the complete section of the Cascades, which I'm sitting in front of at the moment. On top of Blind Peak. I want to make sure that everybody sees the type of things that we find in the process of research on ufology. I have located a couple that's sitting here on the top of Blind Peak. She's facing south. He's facing north.
The Middle, Cascadia Guides, a Let's production, in conjunction with Alien Strand Films.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Alien Strand Podcast and ASDP. Thank you for just being here today. Just want to talk about a few things. It won't be too long today. Today we had that UAP hearing today, and these guys exposed a lot of information today in front of the committee hearing today, and and I'm glad they were able to talk about their experiences and everything. Of course, we've heard a lot of their stories, especially if you're in the UFO world, UAPs. This is where we already know a lot of things, but a lot of people don't know, right, what's going on. But before we go into that, let me just welcome everybody today. Thank you for just watching today real quick. Don't forget to catch our movie, The Middle. Go check it out on Amazon Prime. It's there everywhere, all over the place. $2.99. Can't beat it, man. Check it out. So we're on 17 platforms. We're moving up in the world in this one. Make sure to give us a thumbs up there on the right. Okay. And so that way we know at least you guys enjoy the content, and we're getting ready for the new film, right? Our new one's going to be coming out already. It's in production already. I'm already in editing stages at the beginning. And this will be out in late, probably November. Okay. So just kind of get ready for that one. I just want to get you guys kind of ready for this, what's happening. Of course, these were all the people that were involved in the film. Hope you guys got to catch up to our last podcast where we talked about all these folks, amazing people. Just remember, tomorrow I have this podcast live with Miss Marisol. We're going to be talking about star people, things that happened to her as a child. She's our very own ASDP representative as well. But a lot of these people do have stories of their own. Okay, so go check that out tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Catch us here live, and we're going to be doing the video stream and we're going to be doing the audio stream. All right. So you can catch us there. Now, we, the hearings that today that happened this morning, I watched, I guess it was almost 2 hours, I believe, of this hearing, right? That happened with Mr. David Grush and then David Fravor, retired Navy commander there, and Ryan Graves, he was a pilot as well. These guys had a lot of information to talk about today. Of course, David Grush, he's the newest whistleblower that came out here recently, and he was in the sector, man. He was in it 14 years. 14 years he was an intelligence officer, right, for the Air Force, and he was able to get a lot of information, and there's a lot of information that he couldn't give, right, because these guys are in fear for their lives, and except for Mr. David Fravor, he's pretty good. He's like, everybody's been kind of humble of what's happened to what the stories have been coming out. I think he's been out about 4 or 5 years already talking about his story. Now Ryan Graves here on the right, he's there just trying to, talk about, he's there to protect the airline pilots, the people that, even the military pilots, that they want to get their stories out there and can't, right? Because they're afraid that they're going to lose rank. They're going to lose, things that are going to happen to them. They're going to lose their pensions, for mentioning UAPs, UFOs. But people are seeing these things all over the freaking world, man. And these guys are catching them like no tomorrow, right? So, and they have to really, they wanted to tell their stories. And that's exactly what they did this morning, Of course, a lot of these things are repetitive. We have had this before, but these guys actually made some history today, because these were these are guys that were ranked up there, especially David Grush here on the left. He had a lot to talk about, and things that he knew, man, things about people that possibly were murdered, because they were spilling too much of the beans or whatever about UAPs, UFOs, or extraterrestrial life. And he talked about that he knew that where a lot of these UAPs or UFOs that have crashed or that the government has, that he knows where they are or where they're located, right? Of course, he didn't tell that today because he has to do it behind closed doors. So that way he knows he's protected, right? In a sense, right? Are you really protected? I don't know. I don't think so. Because, once you're out, man. You're out, and you're out in the public eye. Of course, yes, now you're in the public. Everybody knows your story. You're kind of protected. You have a 50-50 chance. It's like Dr. Greer, same thing. They have this, okay, you're out in the public. You have everybody knows about this. Everybody knows you said something. Now, if anything happens to you, yeah, we already know where it came from, right? Can you pinpoint it? Probably not. Who or what, right? So, and that's the give and takes, look what happened to Bob Lazar. Right, of when he first blew the lid off of this, right? And these guys, really told a lot of their stories. They of course are repetitive, but it's finally documented, right? And it's now in the history books because everything that they said was documented, and they talked about their past experiences, things that they saw, people in the sector to where they were building a lot of this possibly, UAPs or they were just, he knows companies, David Grush there on the left, that are involved in the cover-ups, and, he just couldn't say it. He couldn't say it out loud. He has to make sure, you got to make sure that he has total, safety, immunity from any kind of repercussion or backlash that's going to happen to him or his family or his wife or whatever for speaking out like the way he's doing right now, make sure that, he's going to have a retirement somewhat. Right. And, It was about 2 hours long, and you can go back. Actually, you can find it on YouTube. I think it was on our ASTP page. I posted it there, and I even posted it on Alien Strand there, the live feed that was going on. And we were able to check that out. Now, I'm gonna show you this quick video, real quick, of what they were talking about today, and let's kind of get into it a little bit.
The House Oversight Subcommittee on National Security, Representatives Burchett and Luna. My name is Ryan Fobbs Graves, and I'm a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy, including 2 deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Inherent Resolve. I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena.
So this is, what they were talking about today when they were in front of the committee and things like that. They're just trying to get as much information out as possible on what was happening or what had been unfolded in front of them, what was brought to their attention, videos, photos. A lot of times, they had to take it out. What's his name? David Fravor was saying that there was a time where they couldn't even get it on video. They had to get it off of a phone, right? Because the machines or the host capturing the images on the aircraft wasn't picking these things up. Right. So, there was all kinds of ways. And then they had to, put it as classified or actually they lost it within the files, and this is the crap that these guys got to deal with. Right. And this is not just them. They're speaking for hundreds and, maybe thousands of people that are out there in the military sector that can't, voice their opinions. Right. Because they're afraid of backlash. Now I'm going to show you the gimbal video real quick. This one's going to be in color. We always watch the black and white version of it, and you could never really see the small UAPs that were because there was not just the gimbal. It was 3 or 4 that were at the bottom left. But I'm going to show you this video real quick so you guys can at least get a grasp of what this was the actual video of the UAPs. Okay, here we go.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My God. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not an LNS one, is it? It's not. It is an LNS. Well, look at that thing. It's an Holston.
All right. So you see the ones in front of it? They looked like they were flying in some kind of formation in a sense, going against the wind. Wind was 120 knots. Man, that's a lot of wind. And flying against it at those speeds, this is what they witnessed. And, I don't know if you saw the one that flew up on the top towards the right. There was another UAP in there as well. So, these guys were catching a lot of things, and they want, the people to know. They want the government to know. They want them to try to do something about it, and then it's kind of hard because when you sit there and you kind of try to analyze everything and think about, well, who's top rank, out of all this, right? The president, even presidents asked if there was UFOs or if they could see UFOs. They were denied. You know what I mean? So really, who's in charge? This is what you have to think about. So, and these are the things that I think about, right? Like, who's really in charge, right? And then, why not just go ahead and give us the freaking information and be done with it, right? And that way people can just say, okay, these things are real. They're out there. We don't know what they are. We may have 1 or 2, somewhere out there put away that we found, and we're still trying to figure it out. But at least the general public and the general idea hasn't, they're not so freaked out about it, at the very beginning if something was to happen. Now, are these things hostile? We haven't seen any kind of hostile movement at all on these UAPs, UFOs, as far as trying to attack, the United States or any countries or the world. We haven't seen anything like that, right? So we have to make sure that the fear factor is not as high. I think it's at a minimum. And what they talked about is that they asked them, do you think that these things are watching our nuclear facilities? And all three of them said yes. Yes, they are watching our nuclear facilities. They want to make sure that mankind doesn't destroy each other, I guess, in a sense, right? So are they the watchers, really? Right? We talked about Enoch. Look at the book there, here on the right. I released that last week on audio podcast, and, all they talked about was the watchers. Now, I'm not saying that these things are them or whatever, but, are these things watching, making sure that we don't, destroy ourselves in a sense? And because I haven't seen any kind of hostile things that these UAPs are trying to do. I think they're just here watching, and just monitoring what's going on. And that's what they said. You think there's just like a probe, just a probe, just kind of watching what's going on Earth? And they all three said, yes, that's what we think it is too. Gresh he talked about, they asked him if he knew about, extraterrestrial bodies that we have. And he says, yes, but he couldn't, really confirm or deny. And then he had to say, well, I have to talk to you about it back there, because I'm not going to do it here in front of everybody. Can't blame the dude. You can't blame him for that, that is a scary thing for these guys to have done. And, I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad they were out there and they put it out there for everybody to see. But go watch it if you have 2 hours of time. They ask this hearing, they all asked them a bunch of questions, and it all pretty much came down to, yes, these things are real. Yes, we're seeing them here. We're seeing them there. We want you to freaking investigate this, right? And this is what they wanted to be in this hearing. And this is what they did. Corbin was there, these you could see them all in the background talking about it, talking in the back, and disclosure is we were always trying to get the disclosure out there as much as we can, as much as possible, even if it's these guys doing this, or even if you're taking a video, or a photo or whatever, anything like that, and at Alien Strand Disclosure Project, which you're seeing at the bottom of my name, ASDP, when we formed that group, not just a group, we formed an organization of ufologists to help other folks like you guys that are trying to understand what you're seeing in the sky. So, like I said, if you have a chance, go check us out. We are live on Twitter, live on Facebook right now, because this is going to be our brand right here. This is who we are. You can follow us right there at the bottom ticker, ASDP-UFO.com. If you want to report a UFO, paranormal, anything like that. We have a few that came in, so I'll be catching up with their stories here shortly today. And, they have a lot to tell, and they've sent us photos, videos, and we're going to break it down as ufologists, and we're not here to judge you in any kind of way or sense of form. At ASDP, we're here to work with you, not against you. And we're not government. We're citizen ufologists, all right? So if you can, go check us out there on Twitter. We're on, Facebook. We're everywhere, man. And just look for ASDP or Alien Strand Podcast. This is what I do. And I enjoy what I do to get the information out as much as possible to you guys. Now, I hope you guys caught up to the Enoch that just passed. I gave a lot of information on the giants, Nephilim, everything like that as much as I could. Now remember, I'm going to close this show here just real quick, but I have the podcast with Miss Marisol tomorrow. It's going to be Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, okay? 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be talking about things that have happened to her as a child as well. She was visited and, have had a possible abductions. So, and we're going to get that out to you guys. So hopefully you guys catch up to our show tomorrow evening and check that out. We're going to be live here on Facebook, YouTube. We're going to be live on Rumble. We're going to be live everywhere. Okay. Even on Twitter. So please, if you're on Twitter, follow us. And, I hope you enjoy the content that we're giving out today. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what these guys did today. And I applaud them 100% for doing what they did, because they didn't have to do that. They could have just like most people do, is tuck tail and run, or they just hide, and these guys didn't. They're just tired of it. People are getting tired of it. So just kind of, get ready for that, There's going to be more coming out here pretty soon. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble here real quick. And, catch my podcast tomorrow. And also, Terry and I are going to be on our big old podcast. Is going to be on Sunday morning, I believe. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of good stuff. The movie, we're going to talk about, every question they're going to throw at us. We're going to have it there ready for them. Okay. So, but I'll give you the information for that. But thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate you guys. All I can say is have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good evening. Have yourselves a good night.
Hi, this is Kelly Green with Realty Executives, Coastal Bend in Corpus Christi, Texas. And you're listening to the Alien Strand podcast with Donald Ledesma. Buying or selling, visit me at kellygreenrealtor.com or visit me on my Facebook page, Kelly Green Realtor. See you there.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.